because we got a lot of information we're going to cover today. I am really, really excited to go over what we're going to be sharing today. And I'll tell you why. This is probably one of my favorite topics to cover, and it's one of my most favorite things to go over. This was like the first love before birthday marketing came about, which, as you know, a big part of birthday marketing and the effectiveness of it is the mobile aspect, is the SMS component, right? So, very, very solid stuff here. And I'm going to show you, teach you step by step, multiple examples on if you want to provide and sell the service, you're going to know exactly how to do it with confidence. Because this is really an expertise that I have in SMS. So, pretty excited. Ryan says your puppy love. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Roger says I did not, but I dove into BMF to create an ad. I'm excited about SMS. Well, awesome. I'm excited you're here. Fanua's here. How are you? He is from Auckland, New Zealand. Good deal. See you, heard you loud and clear. Thank you, Paul. Let me go ahead and make a quick post in the Thursday Think Tank, and we'll go ahead and get started because we loves SMS. We loves SMS. So we'll go ahead and get rolling here. I do want to know, is anyone here not familiar with SMS? Does anyone here have you never sold SMS? Have you never attempted to sell SMS? I'm just curious. I just kind of want to know where we are at as far as the people on this call, and if you've ever attempted to sell this service. Are you totally a newbie at it and you're here because it was interesting, you wanted to learn about it? I'm just curious to know. I want to know. Let's see here. Let's see. This is powerful. Please draw the connection between SMS and the birthday platform. I can definitely do that. I will touch on that in just a moment here. Let's see. Never sold it, but I'm in the process of setting it up to sell by the end of this month. Well, you're probably going to be excited today because I'm going to give you everything that you need. Don't assume anything. Just give us your wisdom. I will definitely do that, John. I currently sell SMS, says Dave. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Never sold it before, but I see it as a great add-on. Never sold SMS, was too late. Okay. Good. I can help you out with all of that. All right, so real quick, let me just talk on the connection between birthday marketing and SMS, and really as more of an upsell. So, what I would like to do, I don't have my handy dandy drawing tool, but I should be able to explain this pretty easy because I'm a visual person. So with birthday marketing, one of the key selling points, in addition to providing a business visibility and exposure, in addition to providing goodwill throughout the community, one of the main things is I can get you new business in the door, right? New customers. So what you would, the logical upsell here, and this is, once you kind of prove results, or I have people that just sell the total package out the gate, like we're going to do SMS and birthday marketing. But the connection here is when you drive a new customer in the door, let's have a means to get them back again. And we do that by capturing customer data. So by default, the birthday program already captures the email, so that is a way to get back in the door by sending email blasts for your clients, which you want to charge for that, by the way. But in addition to that, just a step ahead of that, another step further would be to build what I call a mobile VIP club. So when people actually enter the place of business for their birthday meal, then the staff, the people at the place of business, whatever niche you're doing this for, they basically say, hey, well, we appreciate you being here. Hopefully you had a good experience. We provide offers like this from time to time. Why don't you just join our VIP club? So now you can collect a number. And that number that you collect, the SMS number, allows you to continually market to those customers. So it's something I also have coined the phrase an inside-outside approach. We'll talk more on that towards the end. So that's just a very brief connection on how that works, okay? Let's see, Roger says, wouldn't scarcity coupons be a better fit for SMS? Not necessarily. It could work, but not necessarily. And I'll explain to you what I mean by this. So let's go ahead and get into this without further ado, as they say, without further ado. All right, so we got a lot to cover, by the way. And I need to double check this because I do want to make sure we're recording this. Yes, we are. Okay, so we got a lot to cover, but this is going to be fun. All right, so like John said, assume that we have never sold SMS, and I'm not going to assume anything. So we're going to go over a lot of the basics. So if you are an expert at SMS, some of this information is going to be a very good refresher, but you're also going to have a lot of other light bulb moments as well. So the benefits of SMS is that you can craft communication messages instantly, opposed to waiting for like a print advertisement. You know, if somebody wanted to say, you know what, I need some wings to move. Like this happened right at about 2.5 months ago. I had a client that we do like intermittent work together because I have a mass text list that I still make money off of. I'm crossing my fingers somehow because I don't actively promote this service. We just got this big community list, and I have people that reach out and say, I need for you to send a text blast to your list, which is a list comprised of people within the city. So I send this blast out, and they get instant business. So he reached out and said, I need to move some chicken wings. And he had like a ton of them to move. I don't know how many pounds, but he said he moved them all like within a day and a half. So if you was to have a chicken wing sell or need to craft an immediate offer, well, there's a wait time there, right? There's a wait time to go ahead and get this thing designed and then to get it out and advertise it and put it in your store. Like with text, you can just have an idea and immediately you can get that thing out if you have a database. So those are very quick benefits of that. All the marketing is trackable as well, and you're able to provide clients timely information to foster deeper loyalty. This could be, come in today, it's a hot day, it's 95 degrees today, and come in for a free drink, right? We're having customer loyalty month, and it's going to be buy one, get one free, come out. So you can do things that really foster deeper communication. You can just liken this to, some like what we're doing now, like giving value, and communication through email lists. You can liken it to the same things. You can accomplish that for your clients via text message. So the other thing that it can, the benefits are top of mind awareness, right? This is a way that you can essentially stay in the back pocket of your clients, your clients' customers, because literally that's where their phone probably is, their back pocket, their side pocket. It's a customer frequency increaser. So what I mean by that is you can ask any business knows what their average or approximate customer frequency is, meaning does a customer come in once a month, twice a month, 10 times a month? Like what is a regular for you? And they know this. So SMS allows you to communicate back with these people, with their customers, to hopefully get the person that comes in once a month to come in twice a month. Like something as simple as that can allow you to double your sales or at least dramatically increase your sales just by having another means of communication. And it's also an integral asset to increase revenue because most businesses, and this has been my experience, it's been an experience of a lot of our students that have been selling SMS, just as long as I have for the past 4 or 5 years. And the reality is that most businesses only focus on, getting the new customer in the door. I got to get new customers. I got to get new customers. But they totally neglect their existing customers, and they almost have like this bravado effect where it's like, well, they know who I am and where I'm at. If they want to come in, they're going to come in. And it's a very careless and neglectful way of taking care of your customers, because we all know that it's easier to get an existing customer to buy from you than getting a brand new customer to buy from you, right? So it makes sense to cater to your existing customers. So what I'm going to be going over is more of an education process. And this is how what I like to call smart selling. It's a better way to sell that actually when you sell it in the way that I'll be teaching you today, you'll be able to keep clients longer because they understand. So in essence, SMS allows a business to increase buyer frequency to increase revenue. Like those are my main takeaways. There's many other purposes to do SMS, whether it be to show a new menu item, or sometimes my clients reach out and say, hey Jason, we're going to be closed for the holiday, or we're taking a vacation and we're going to be gone for 2 weeks and the business is closed. Can you send out a communication message? Or you can do all of that, right? But I like to look at the money aspect. Yes, it's used for communication, but let's talk about the money. That's why they're paying you. And when you can increase buyer frequency, then you're going to be able to help them increase revenue. Okay? So to kind of show you how that looks is, you're able to create business on demand instantly. Like I think of this faucet, literally like a faucet. And the faucet, once you turn that water on, you turn that faucet on, the water starts flowing, right? Same thing with this. You build a database for a business, and you send out a offer like on the left here, today only, BOGO special, show text to claim, and as soon as you send that text out, you're literally turning on that faucet. And then instantly, businesses are flooded with customers. Like it works so well, so well. The sad part though is, and this is still to this day, like when we were selling SMS very heavily between like 2012 and 2015, really 2012, 2014, mid 2014, it was still very new. Like it was still pretty much in its infancy and businesses weren't really understanding. But now it's like, this isn't anything new. But the businesses that I do see that finally come around and get up to date and are using SMS, they're doing it wrong. They're doing it wrong. And I'm going to tell you why towards the end of, as we go through this. And if you do it this way I teach it, you're going to literally be able to create this effect here. So before we get into prospecting, no, I don't want to download that. Let me know if this makes some sense here. Let me know if you're following me thus far and you have a better understanding of SMS, if we're good here. Let me know here. Jeff says, how many on the list? How many on what list, Jeff? Help me out here. Let me know how many on what list. Just curious. Just curious. The chicken, my main list, my what do you call it? My community list. I really, man, this is bad. I haven't checked in like over a year, dude. But whenever I send out a text, it's supposedly going to around 3,000 people. So yeah, it's about 3,000, between 3,000 and 3,500. It may be closer to like 25-ish, because when you don't send text as often, especially to like a community list like that, when you send a text, between every now and again, they're not going to be familiar with it and they'll opt out. So I've probably lost a good amount of people there. Brian says, why not just push notifications to the mobile phone? You have no text feeds. I can address that as we have built some apps. But I'll come back to that. But there's reasoning behind why we don't do that, and there's a way that you can do both. So both is good, Let's see here. So all guests of birthday party can be opted in to an SMS VIP list. Sorta. And with SMS, we have a provider that we actually used to own with one of our past partners, is this Wrecking Ball. So we're pretty impartial to that platform. Like we love that platform. We're very biased towards that platform. I've been using it since 2011. And so Birthday Club integrates with Wrecking Ball Mobile, and Ed, who's our past partner, we still do a lot of work together. We still share support and communicate on an ongoing basis. He runs that platform, but it does integrate with the birthday program. So the way that would work, not to get too technical here, is when somebody signs up for the birthday, if they integrate with Wrecking Ball, then it follows the same protocol as far as the compliance when someone receives a text to say, do you want to join this list? And then a person has to reply yes. So you can integrate it, but what I was talking about was getting them onto a list the moment that they come in store, right? To have that VIP club ready. So, and I'll go over more of that as well. Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit more about Wrecking Ball once we're done here, okay? Yep. So good to go. All right, let's keep going. So that's SMS as far as the benefits is. Let's talk about some prospecting here, all right? So where's the best place to start with SMS, as far as looking for clients? Well, any business that can benefit from direct response marketing. I know that sounds very general and kind of broad, but it's true. Now, any business that can benefit from instant communication, right? To be able to get things out very quick. I like to, as you all have seen, if you've been with me for any degree of time, I like to talk a lot about restaurants. That's pretty much my niche. But there's a lot of businesses and niches that SMS applies to. Like my daughter goes to a private school and they send out SMS communication all the time. And every time I see that text, I'm like, dang it, that should have been me. That should have been our company handling their SMS. And they'll send out stuff about the holidays or, school's going to be closed or just any pertinent news, right? So any place that can use communication, like we have people that they're doing this with hockey teams and sporting events. And we've done this very extensively with colleges and basketball games too. I mean, I'm going to give you a lot of possibilities towards the end here. So communication, any business that provides immediate gratifying offers as well is good for this. So 3 criteria of a best buyer for SMS is anyone that advertises. We don't like swimming upstream, so go with the flow. This is people that are spending money. They provide offers or specials. So if you see the buy one get one outside the door, on a kind of like a what do you call those? Looks like a paint sign or something, or any type of offers that they provide. It may not be super generous, but if you see businesses making an attempt, that's a candidate, because it lets you know that they're willing to be generous as a means to get people in the door and to spend more. And they have 0 follow-up system in place, which is the majority of businesses. Now, one key differentiator, man, I'm tongue-tied here, differentiator of like the birthday club as far as criteria versus SMS is that with the birthday club, totally recommend you only go after people that are spending money. With SMS, anyone that provides offers is also a good candidate, even if they're not actively advertising. So why is this the case? Because SMS is really not an expensive service to implement, that literally any business can afford to do this. So making an effort and offers is kind of like another criteria. Or any business that fits the criteria, you can deliver results all day long. All right, so why does this matter? Because most businesses that advertise, they don't maximize their revenue. And I'm going to explain to you and show you hard numbers as to why. And most continue to spend big money to reach people month after month. So here's a scenario. They advertise in the newspaper and may pay $500 to $1,000. And they get, this flurry of business that comes in the week, and maybe some people trickle in a week after the promotion. But then guess what happens next month? Well, I need some more business. And they're going to go spend that same $500 to $1,000 again, over and over again. And it's a very, like I said, neglectful way of advertising, because they're not capturing customer data that they can benefit from long term as a means to turn that faucet on. A business needs to be able to build an asset so they have their own faucet to turn it on or turn it off. They're not able to turn anything on. They're just paying money over and over and over again, but they're not having a way to benefit from that marketing to get people back in the door. Does that make sense? Good. So your opportunity is to help businesses spend less money to get repeat business to accomplish the same goal, which is to increase revenue. That's the reason why they're doing it. They want to make more money and get more customers. Well, we all know there's a handful of ways to make money, right? You can increase your prices, right? You can get new customers. That's another way. Or you can get existing customers to come back more often. All accomplishes the same goal, right? We're just leveraging on the frequency standpoint. But SMS can also be used to handle the transaction value. So we can increase average order value as well. So a lot of neat stuff you can do with this. So example, all right? So let's say, I know this is a little bit small here, but just stick with me. Let's say a Valpak offer is what a business advertises, and they pay $500 to reach, a typical zone of 5 to 10,000 people, right? $500. The result of that, let's say they get 100 new customers, okay? So the average transaction we know from that business in this example is $20. Well, let's say it's 25 here. So that would be $2,500, which excludes the discount amount. I understand it's not like all profit because they had to probably give a buy one, get one free or something like that. So I got to change this, so it's going to bother me here. 25. All right, so you with me? All right, so no follow-up system, okay, does not allow them to market to these 100 new customers. So the example I just gave you, kind of that scenario, is these businesses, and majority of these people do this. They want to reach another batch of 100 people or 200 people, whatever the result of their advertising is, and they have no guaranteed way to get back with the new people that they just acquired. They're crossing their fingers, hoping that they'll come back. And we all know that, it may not work, right? So you want to have a way to get back in touch with people. So continue. So, but what if they built the list and they had a mobile VIP club already ready inside of that business? So when they do that outside advertising, they drive these 100 people in, the staff says, hey, we appreciate you coming in to get this Valpak offer. We know you're going to have a great experience. Would you like more specials and discounts like this? If so, join our VIP club, right? Their business is what I call mobile VIP ready. So you're not going to get 100% of those people. Let's just say 50 customers out of those 100 actually join the list. Okay, you with me? So now assume you send another offer to that list, and let's say the new customers here, out of those 50, and let's say you only get a response of 10%, and that's pretty common. Between like 6 to 10% is common. Depending on the offer, you can sometimes see high as 12 to 15%, but 6 to 10% is a good number. So let's just keep it even here and say, and 10%, and they generated an additional 5 customers. Okay, 50 people that the text went out to, 10% of them actually came in and redeemed it. They generated 5 customers, an average transaction of $25. That's $125 in additional revenue that they would not have had because they weren't capturing any type of customer data. Well, what if they did this twice a month? That would be $250 in revenue per month, or $3,000 additional per year that they can generate by having what? By just having a database and building components in place just from the 100 customers. Are y'all starting to see why this is so valuable for a business to have, and the core business growth that it can do for a company? So now if they continue to do direct mail, because they may want to keep doing it, right? They now have a smarter way of growing their business long term, okay? Because they now have a business that is mobile VIP ready. And a follow-up system allows businesses to benefit long term from advertising, okay? This also excludes, not even including their existing customers, if they were to add them to a list. We're just talking about the result of revenue that can be generated, sales that can be generated from the result of their advertising that they're doing. Okay? So The main benefit again is this can also apply to a Groupon or a deal type offer as well. I'll go over an example. They are truly awesome prospects, especially with Groupon, because not only are these people doing like a Groupon or a Living Social or a deal service, not building a database, but they're giving away way more profit than they'd like to as well. But when you point these things out to a prospect, they immediately get it. They get it, okay? So before I keep going here, because I'm going to give you some other examples as well as we go through this. Are you starting to kind of see how this is working and some of the benefits of SMS and why it's so exciting? I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Let's see here. Will other platforms integrate with the birthday software besides WDSMS? It has the advanced HTTP post, so it would really be depending on the capabilities of whatever provider you're using. But we're not going to put like specific providers in there. One thing we have considered is a Zapier integration, but we're not there yet. Yeah, getting customers to return and spend more money, absolutely. Can you give an example of the best way to set up customer info to capture at a retail location? Yeah, I'll give you some examples just a little bit here. Customers text, or just have customers text redeem to redeem the offer. They came in from Valpak. They can do that too. Yeah, I got some neat stuff here that we've done over the years that works extremely well. So I want to point all this stuff out to you all just so you can understand and know how to lead a prospect, down this path here when you're selling. But we're going to keep going here because we do got some good info to go through still. So with prospecting, I have a couple of approaches that work like crazy. They just work extremely well. And if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So the first method that I do is I call it the mock-up, okay? And what the mock-up does is it allows you to have conversations with businesses that engage in direct mail type advertising. So if you look at this ad right here, this is actually a picture of Hibachi Grill. It was a Valpak ad that came in the mail, and I simply took a picture of it. And where's the opportunity here? Where's the opportunity here? Where is the opportunity here? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna just hold that thought. We're gonna keep going here. So what we do is we can improve the performance of an existing ad that someone's already doing. If this is going out to 5,000, 10,000 people, why not put a component that allows the business to leverage and benefit off of the traffic that they're getting? Because that's exactly what it is. Valpak or Groupon, it's just another distribution channel to get more traffic and eyeballs, right? So why don't you help your client benefit from that and give them a way to really build a database off of that traffic that they're getting. This is actually how I landed a client that I still have to this day since 2013, Asian place. And I seen them advertising, and I said, would you be open if I'd shown you another way to get more business, to improve your existing advertising since you're already spending money? Said, sure. And I sold them super easy. Guess what ended up happening? You started seeing the benefits of doing an internal VIP club more so than the ROI he was getting from the outside advertising like a Valpak or Money Mailer, and he just stopped and then put his entire budget with us. So oftentimes that happens. So we do mock-ups because it kind of meets them where they're at. And I'll show you some script languages on language and how to do this. And then there's another method. This is results in advanced. So this method is more so for businesses that may not be advertising, actively like on a Valpak or in a newspaper because you can't mock up their stuff. But you see that they provide offers. You see that they're making an attempt. And what you do here is you just go on Fiverr, very simple to do, or if you have any degree of design skills, which I don't, um, you just set up a campaign in advance, which is simple to do with the right text platform. And you actually put that business's logo on there and just kind of a sample offer. And this has been like my main go-to prospecting method really for the last 3, 4 years because it works so well. And the reason why this works so well is because the businesses can see their own brand and see and demonstrate the thing that you're selling. They can see it and they can demonstrate. It's not like you're telling them or you're selling them. No, they can actually demonstrate. You know, hey, prospect, pull out your phone, check this out. And they text in, call or text free to the number, and then the reply text that they get has, welcome to Capri's, here's your free cannoli, or, thanks for joining our mobile VIP club. This method here works tremendously well because it puts the prospect in the driver's seat, and now they want it. The other thing that why this is so beneficial is it does a lot of the heavy lifting already for you because there's less stuff for you to do and you actually set up this campaign. It's already set up. So great method here. So some language here, businesses that do in-store offers or promotions, if I could show you how to get more repeat business immediately, would you be open to talking? If I could show you how to get more repeat business immediately, would you be open to talking? Very simple script, isn't it? Right? Who wouldn't want more repeat business and it's such a claim like that immediately? It's exactly what you can do once you build a database. You send a text out. It's such a beautiful thing. You send one text out and then like 2 hours later there's people just coming through the door. Like besides birthday marketing, like text messaging is the only other marketing channel, marketing means I've ever seen to produce results that fast. All right? So again, this method here hinges on providing a mock-up demo for your prospect, and we're talking about that script there, right? So if you were to say, if I could show you how to get more repeat business immediately, would you be open to talking? Well, when you come into that meeting, what I like to do is just have some type of a mock-up, right? Some type of a demo so they can demonstrate. Demonstration is a very powerful way to sell. If you can find ways, whatever service that you sell, to put your prospect in the driver's seat, your conversion rates are always going to be higher compared to you just explaining or telling. It will always be higher, tremendously higher. So that's just a tip there. So businesses that do local advertising. Hey, I noticed your ad in, let's just say Valpak, so we've been talking about Valpak. I noticed your ad in Valpak. I hope it's going well for you. Just curious, out of curiosity, I was curious to know if you'd be open to having a conversation, if I can immediately help you improve the results from your advertising so you can increase sales. Just curious if, I hope your advertising is going well. Would you be open to having a conversation and going over some ideas if I could help you immediately improve your advertising so you can get more business? Very simple script, very simple language, sounds conversational. And I like to add, like I've always done this, I like to add, like, would you be open to going over ideas? Like, business owners love talking over ideas. They like going over things like that, especially local business owners. If it comes off very conversational, these are the easiest appointments you'll ever get because they're already spending money. Heck yeah, if you can show them an immediate way to improve the results they're already getting, and you're there to help them grow their business, this is a very simple but effective script that still works to this day, okay? So let's go over something else, and let's talk about businesses that do Groupon, all right? Now this is neat. Like we're talking about smart selling here, so let's smart sell. So look at those arrows at the very bottom. You have discount 1 over 130 people bought. You have discount 2 over 220 people bought, and then 10 people bought that third one. So that's 360 customers ranging between $23 and $48, and the majority bought the $23 and the $26. So I just said it's about 24 bucks, all right? So, don't check me on my math here, but it's between 23 and 26 bucks on average. Let's just call it 24, okay? So are you seeing that? You following me here? And you're able to see who's bought and the amount that's been bought and purchased on Groupon on a lot of these deal sites. So just stick with me here, okay? So check this out. So we got 360 customers, and at $24, and that equals 8,640 bucks. Now that revenue should actually be about 40 to 50% higher. Why? Because Groupon and most deal sites, they ask you to provide a deep discount on your services, which they prefer, at least 50%, but they've been a little bit, forgiving on that. So it's usually between 40 and 50% is what you see, okay? You with me so far? Well, they then split the revenue that's generated with Groupon, and that's usually about 50%. So the revenue that comes in as a result of that, now the business is left at 4320. So what you're talking about essentially is people that do deal type services, even though they get business, they're usually giving away at least 50 to sometimes 70% away in offers and discounts and profit, and they're not building an asset from those 360 customers in this example. You with me? They're not doing it. They can't, right? That's where Groupon is powerful at, because they own the asset that allows them to get to send an offer out that they can benefit from getting 360 customers, okay? So let's just say, same example as we talked about before, let's say we capture 50% of those 360 if we have a mobile VIP club ready for that business. So when those Groupon or deal customers come in, we get them onto a list. Let's just say only 50% opt in. That's 180 customers. So then we put an offer in front of these people. Let's say we get another 10% response. Well, that's 18 new customers, right? As a result of capturing people that came from a Groupon, okay? Not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing, right? So 18 new customers, let's say with an average transaction of 24 bucks, that's $432, right? And let's say we send an offer out, to these people, these 180, and get the same response of 10%. You do this twice a month, that equals $864 a month, or $10,368 a year in revenue. You with me? So the best part, what's the best part here? The business does not have to split revenue with the deal service on this, because they're already given a discount, and then they're discounting again by giving away profits, right? With this example, since SMS is so inexpensive and they don't have to give away that profit, they're building their own assets, there's more money that they're immediately putting in their pocket. So any business that does a Groupon or a Living Social, if you can see the amount bought, then you can put conservative guarantees on how you can help them. So an example would be, hey, whatever this business thing is called, Two Samuels. Hey, Two Samuels owner, whoever it is, I seen your Groupon. If I could help you make an additional $10,000 from your offer right now without splitting profits with Groupon, would you be open to talking? Would you be open to talking? So I want to know, guys, is this making sense? Like, are you starting to see the power of what we're doing here, with Groupon? Are you starting to, not even with Groupon, but with SMS? Like, and if you notice, I'm not talking about any slick features. I'm not talking about it has a contest widget and look at all. I haven't even mentioned any of that. Like, this is truly a business growth system, okay? So I hope this is making sense. Is there anything I need to clarify before we continue here? John says, will Valpak allow that text message? Yeah, I've done it on a few occasions, John. And that's before the clients actually said, I'm going with you instead, long term. But I mean, they usually handle all of the artwork, but you do have the ability to edit your ad and do what you want. But again, Valpak also is owned by individual franchisers, so depending on, we've never had any issue with it in our area, ever. Uh, let's see here. Roger says, I saw a new sushi restaurant coming soon near me. Can you address some ideas of attracting new business? I think I know, but I'd like to hear ideas. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's a campaign called the Grand Opening Campaign. And what they could do is you could contact these people right now, and basically you could have like this big window type of size of opt into our text club. And what they can do is you can send, they can have, the offer would basically be, come in for a special VIP dining before we open, like a pre-grand opening dine experience. So you can start building a list right now before the place opens. It kind of like builds up the allure of this business is opening. I'm going to get some special VIP treatment to be able to have dinner before the place even opens, and just have, opt into our list right now. That's something that you can start doing right now that they'll pay for immediately. Right now they'll pay for. And it's again, you're building an asset from the get-go. So that's something I would do, especially for a restaurant like that. Let's see here. Do you do this on the phone or do you walk in? You can do both, Rebecca. I used to only always do walk-in, but this type of script, if you talk even to a manager or even the owner, it works so well. But yeah, the script works, either or. Cordell says, I think Groupon takes 50% off the discounted price. Copy that. Yeah, they're taking money in some capacity, but I think you all get the, the model that I laid out here. It makes sense. Okay, good. SMS is the bomb, indeed, guys. Indeed. Let's keep moving here. All right, let's keep moving. Glad this is making sense. So, what do you do now that they are interested in hearing more, right? So you understand like the framework, the reasoning behind it, the benefits of SMS, some examples of kind of how you smart sell. So you even use the language pattern of, would you be open to going over ideas? I can help you immediately improve business. They say, sure, let's talk. What do you do next? All right. So I usually go through these questions. And as I go through these questions, I don't want you to necessarily pay attention to the exact wording I'm using, but more so how I lead a prospect to the end result. Okay? So I want you to look at the bigger production here as I go over this. Not, did Jason say, this, not that? Like, that's not really important here, okay? So they advertise, I usually say, hey, well, thanks for meeting. It was a good opportunity to meet with you. I know I told you I'll go over some ways I can help grow your business. Just curious, what's the goal of your advertising? What's the goal of your advertising? And how is it performing for you? How's your ad performing for you? Right? And then I usually define, like, what does good mean to you? Like, what do you mean? Is it good, bad? How do you define good or how do you define bad? How often do you advertise? So I like to ask this question because I know I'll get to have an understanding that they advertise every single month and they're paying $500 a month or whatever they're paying. I know this person actively advertises, not just like this one-time thing because business is slow and they wanted to try something. Kind of lets me know if this is a good candidate to be doing business with, right? And kind of what their budget is too. So then I say, well, the people that come in as a result of your advertising, how are you ensuring that you get back in touch with them? Well, we send out an offer. We do the advertising. Most owners, managers, they don't understand this question. So you want to make sure that you definitely land hard on this. Now, how are you ensuring that the people that are coming in, how are you getting back in touch with them? What is your guaranteed way to put another offer back in front of these people? Most of them have no clue what you're talking about. All right. So then I say, well, do you currently have a way to get back in touch with existing customers? Like, do you have a database? Do you email, text? Like, what do you do? Right? Most say no. So I'm hearing this correctly. Are you saying that you don't have a way to get back in touch with your customers if you wanted to? Like, if I wanted to put this buy one, get one special that you're doing right now in Groupon or Valpak, you don't have another way to get back in touch with these people? And they'll say, nah, I don't. And that's what I want. Like, I'm painting a picture, leading them down the path that I want, right? And I say, well, most businesses that advertise, the reality is they spend money to acquire customers, hoping that they wow them with their customer service and that they'll come back. But the reality is that, you have customers that are deal seekers, right? You can't get past that. And it is very optimistic, wishing to hopefully wish that customers are just going to magically come back. So instead of spending big money to get new customers only, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to turn these customers into regular customers so you can get more repeat business so you can increase sales. So is it okay if I show you a way to spend less money to acquire customers and ensure that advertising dollars you're spending go farther? Is that okay? And they'll say, yeah. So what am I doing at this point? I want to know, people that's gone through the birthday program, what am I doing? What did I just do here? What is that word called? Starts with an F. What did I just do here? What did I just do here? Got it. Framing. That's right. Framing. Awesome. 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 You all have been paying attention and going through the goods here. Luke says, will there be a replay? Have to be. Yes, there will be a replay. Yes. I'll post it in the group as well. I told y'all this would be kind of a longer call, but I wanted to make sure everyone gets what they need here. So let's keep going here. All right. So that's exactly correct, y'all. We framed. Okay, that's what we did. We just framed the conversation, and framing makes things more palatable and easily received. Okay. So then I say, and these are questions that I usually ask anyhow, no matter and you probably see this with birthday marketing too. How often does a regular come into your restaurant? What is a regular customer worth to you? They'll say maybe twice a month, 3 times a month, something like that. And approximately how many transactions do you do per week? Just curious. And I'll just wait. And sometimes I'll have to think about this. So what I'm doing when I ask this question, the reasoning behind this, is I want to know how many people we can potentially put onto a list. And based on the amount of people that we can put onto a list, helps us to know how we're going to price our service. Because a business that has, let's say as an example, 1,000 unique transactions or 1,000 unique customers a month, they have the capacity in essence to put 1,000 people on a list, even though it's probably going to be about 50 to 70% of that. So let's just say they have the capacity to put 600 to 1,000 people on a list, right? So if you have, let's say, 1,000 people onto a list and you're sending out a text blast 3 times a month, well, that business, if you sell this client, is most likely going to send about 3,000 texts a month. So that's kind of how I set my pricing and my questioning to really know, okay, what can I expect? So when you have your packages set for SMS, you know what tier to kind of put them in. So then if you have a business that has, let's say, 1,000 unique customers a week and 4,000 a month, right? So it's like, dang, man, so it probably got a capacity to put, 3 to 4 grand onto a list. If I'm sending, 3 texts a month, man, I might be at 10 to 12,000 texts a month. You can't give them a package that you price based on 2,000 texts a month. Does that make sense? So it's important to ask these questions. That's the most simplistic way that I've done my pricing to price for businesses. So, and then what's the average transaction per ticket, right? Because I'm trying to know, like, okay, if we drive somebody in, what can we expect for them to spend? The other reason why I ask the transactions as well is not just from a pricing and a potential text amount, but I ask that to really see what type of numbers can we drive in. So if the business has, we can put, let's say, 1,000 people onto a list, well, and assuming that we can maybe get 10% response rate, well, I know I can help that business drive in at least 100 customers, right? 10% of 1,000 or 8%. So I can help them drive at least 80 customers in. You see where I'm going here? So that helps you to easily prove ROI as well. And then when you know what an average customer is worth, then you can say 80 customers times they're going to spend $25. I can help you make money, right? So, all right, let's keep going. So if you can get the same regular to come in, business owner, 3 times a month instead of 2 times, like you said, as a regular, would you see any value in that? Yeah, if I could help a person that comes in once a month to help you maybe get them in twice a month, just curious to know, would that be valuable to you? What are they going to say? Yes, right? You're getting them to start saying yes. And percentage wise, I mean, just curious, knowing that you said you got an average transaction of like $20 a customer, how much of an increase do you think that would be if we could get the person come in just one more time a month? You can even do the math with them here, right? But let them say, well, probably a 15% increase, 30% increase, right? So so if I'm doing this right and hearing you right, like an additional visit, your per customers across the board would result in like 25% increase in business. Yeah, I'd probably say yeah, about so. And as you know, your most valuable customer is an existing customer. I mean, they're already convinced, and what you do, they love you, like you, trust you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build a system that we call a mobile VIP club, and we'll be able to instantly communicate with your customers whenever you want to and how often you want to. Okay. And we're going to do this using text message marketing. You're probably wondering why, right? And the reason why is because text gets over a 98% response rate, which means anyone you send a text message to, they are going to see it, oftentimes between 3 and 5 minutes. So what we're talking about is practically guaranteed visibility. Does this make sense? Yes. I want them to start saying yes, right? And unlike some direct mail, which is still effective, I'm not picking on direct mail. It's kind of hard to gauge you actually seeing your ad. I mean, you only know based on if they actually come into the business. So what I'm about to show you will be a guaranteed way that you can do the same thing you're already doing with Valpak, but for cheaper and more effective. Okay? So I do all of this. This is why. I want to stop for a second here, okay? I want to stop for a second here. The reason why I made that video yesterday in the birthday formula group, if you've seen it, is a lot of times what I see a lot of newbies do is they don't go over any of this stuff that I just went over, right? They just go straight to, let me show you how to do this cool thing called text message marketing, or let me show you this cool thing I call birthday marketing. You're going to love it. It's so awesome. It's about this thing. I'm going to get you customers. It doesn't provide any value, right? It just doesn't provide any value, right? So here we go here. Let's see here. Jason, the Webby cut out. Can you put the formula for pricing text and writing somewhere so I can save it? Did the webinar cut out? What happened here, guys? You guys still here with me? You guys still here with me? Huh. It should be in the replay, Kim. I wonder if it was on your end here. You said it's been fine. So yeah, you'll definitely see it in the replay. Okay, all good. Thank you all. Thank you. But this is the reason why. This is the reason why often some clients are short-lived, or the positioning and posture is wrong, where you're trying to impress them. It never results in anything worthwhile. So do this before your meetings, all right? So an example result out of our interrogation session, right? The fact-finding mission, whatever you want to call it, is, all right, business owner, so you got 2,000 monthly unique customers. That's good. And your average transaction, you told me, is $30. That sound about right? Yep. Okay. And you told me that the amount of regular comes in is like two times a month. Is that fair? Is that still true? Yeah, that's right. Okay, great. Well, here's what I did. I actually made a mock-up of how it will work. So now I'm pulling out the mock-up. Are you all with me? Like, you don't want to go into the shiny object syndrome at first. You bring out the cool stuff once you have properly set the foundation, right? I actually made a mock-up of how it will work. So pull up, you got your phone on you? Yeah. So they're going to see their mock-up that you did with the text, and I think this is fictitious here, by the way. So they're going to see their business, their branding, all that right here, right? They're going to demonstrate. Have them pull out their phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up your customers' mobile VIP club in your restaurant, and the goal is to build a database of your existing customers, okay? And once we do that, we're going to be in a position to market to them ongoing. So This is how you can acquire business for cheaper and truly capitalize on the existing advertising you're already doing so your advertising is not wasted. And you can benefit long term from all the advertising you do. Does this make sense, business owner? They'll say, yeah, it sure does. And see, the thing is, your database is your asset. I mean, you can use it not only to communicate special offers, but pertinent information on special days, closing days, maybe to decrease food costs. You got to move food out the door. Maybe get urgent messages out. You basically have a way to instantly communicate with your customers. And I want to tell you, no other form of marketing allows to do what you're doing with this high of receptivity. Is this making sense? Yeah, right? You also conveyed that an average customer is worth $20 to you, and just by getting an additional visitor, it would increase business by 25%. Do you now see how this method can help you accomplish that? Yeah, sure do. Yeah. Do you currently have any plans to increase business by 25% from your existing customers? But I know you said you don't have a database. Do you have another plan in place to be able to do what we just discovered that this method of marketing can accomplish for you? They're going to say no. You're stretching the gap now, right? You're letting them know that, man, this is the folly of my ways. I'm not building a database. This isn't cool here. You're smart selling. That's what you're doing, right? Well, would you like me to help you with any of this stuff? Would you like me to help you set the system up so you can benefit from business on demand? I'd be happy to. That's your close. It's super easy now. It's so easy now, right? So the takeaway that they should have from your meeting, as this example is, in this example, monthly customers is 2,000, right? The goal at least 50% on the list that we should be able to get, business owner, is we should be able to at least put 50% on the list. I'm aiming more towards 70% because these customers love you. These are your existing customers. And if you do your job right, between 30 and 60 days, this is a target amount that we should have on the list. I give them a goal, right, derived from how many unique customers they have once we're past the point of let's get started. So we should be able to put 1,000 people on a list, okay? And since you told me your average transaction is $30, and we send a text blast 2 times a month, which is a good amount to send so your customers don't start expecting deals all the time or they're waiting for the text blast. And you also conveyed to me that your slowest day is on Wednesday. So we can start sending these out on Wednesdays, and to the point when your Wednesdays now is kind of up to the other days and they're sustainable, we can talk about changing that date. Does that make sense? Yeah, it sure does. All right, so we just sent 2 text blasts at like 6 to 10%. Let's just call it 8%, okay? Knowing that we're going to be sending a blast to 1,000 people, we have 8% response rate. That's 80 customers that we're going to be able to generate. And at 80 customers times $30 an average transaction, we're talking about $2,400 in revenue per text blast we're going to be able to generate for you. And if we're going to do this twice a month, we're talking about $4,800 a month in revenue that we should expect. Now, business owner, if this number, let's say, is only half of this, maybe it's 25%, you're only generating $1,000 a month additional revenue. Do you still see the value in how this can help you grow your business? Yes. And you give them your pricing. And that's it. So I want to know, are you now still starting to see the cool benefits of SMS here? Are you starting to see it? Let me know, guys. I'm getting excited about this all over again like it's the first time. Man, this is awesome stuff. Good. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to really go deep here because we haven't talked about SMS in a long time, and I know if this is the first time, it may be a lot that we're going over, but I promise you that if you follow this process, you'll be able to sell this service all day long. And I'm also very confident that not many people in this space sell the service in the way that we do. For a long time, and this isn't like, tooting a horn or whatever you want to call it, like Dave Igo, I met Dave, my partner, by way of SMS, back in 2012. And, there's not many people in the space that know more about this particular service than we do. And we've tested it. This is all battle tested. We've been doing this for a while, and this framework, this flow works very, 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 very well. Let's see here. Can you go back a screen? Yep, I'll go back to a screen here. Um, do you ever get concerned or to sell restaurants in the same area? No, I don't actually, because it works very well. I mean, because it's like their own little world. It's their own community, and I mean, just think about it from our standpoint. I can name 5 restaurants that I like in the area. And all of those 5 restaurants, as an example, are good candidates for a mobile VIP club because I would like to receive offers from time to time from all of those restaurants, right? And I don't go to those places all the time. The other thing about SMS, when I mentioned top of mind awareness, is that maybe a Friday night or maybe like right before lunch, you're about to go on your lunch break. I don't know where to go. Sometimes having that buy one, get one free, man, can really just sway that decision to be like, I know where I'm going to eat for lunch. It really works, guys. It really, 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 really works. What is this SMS you speak of? Never heard of it. I know, guys. Yeah. Yep. I usually charge between $197 and $397 a month. And our text, like an average business that we've seen, rarely exceeds 1,000 person database. Like we have a handful of clients that have like right at 12 to 1,500, but we only send a text twice a month, and I do that on purpose to maintain the effectiveness of it. Like I don't do the send 2 texts a week or 4 texts a month. You could do that. I just don't because I like to maintain the effectiveness of it when we do it. All right. But the cost-wise, because you go through Twilio, especially with the platform we use, I mean, it's rarely over 70 to $100 a month. I mean, it's very inexpensive. Very inexpensive. All right, guys, we're going to keep going here. We still got some more info. I told you this would be somewhat of a long call, but valuable. So I'm glad you're digging this. Glad you were digging it. Let's see. I'll answer a couple of questions here. Do you recommend fully manage or let them self-manage? I have never done self-manage, Neil. Never done it. I have heard of, I can't even count on my hands the amount of people that actually sell it as self-managed. And the reason being is I like to sell a service as close as done for you as possible, right? And what I mean by that is you want a business to say, you want to be able to say to a business, you give me money and I'm going to send you customers. That's it. They don't really need to know about, the system or the magic that you're doing and the intricacies or the technical details. I just like selling done for you services, but some people do that. It's just not my flavor, right? The way to get around not having it be so manual is just get the offers in advance. So what I do with my clients, like especially before beginning of month, I'll have them email me, and some of them text me and just say, here's the offers I want to run for the month. If you have a text provider that can schedule your messages out, then you can just put them in the scheduler and then it just sends them. So it can be, even though if you did this yourself, or a team, it can still be hands off with proper planning. That's my point. Let's see here. Are you using images in your text now? No, I'm still behind. Like I don't, even though Wrecking Ball can do that, I just don't use it. Like the platform has so many features to it, and I don't even use them. Like I don't. Like contest feature, a viral feature to like get one text turned into like 10, 20 texts from other people. Like it has so many enterprise level features. I don't even use it because the reality is, you'll use that stuff every now and again, but the main thing that people need is send me a dang text, like send a text message, right? So let's go over quick best practices when starting a club here, okay? So you want to make the restaurant, and I'm using restaurant because that's like the lowest hanging fruit to go out and get a client right now. It can be for any business, retail also. You want to make it mobile VIP ready. And what I mean by that is, what I typically do is I have table tents on all the tables, and I'll have a 12 by 18 or a 12 by 24 poster board at the register, just so that when customers come in, they see that there is a VIP club in this business. So leave behind cards are good. So like just regular cards that, a wait staff, somebody can say, hey, if you didn't join our text club, here you go, join it now so you can get special offers and discounts. Thanks for coming into our business. So leave behind cards. Usually have 2 posters and then table tents on all of them, double-sided table tents, okay? And you want to put a poster at the register, and then the tents always visible on the tables, and make sure they're clean. I can't stand that. And this is something that you're gonna have to convey to your managers. Sometimes you would think the stuff is expected, but let them know this. Make sure the stuff is clean. All right. And then you want to train your staff, which is very, very important. And I'll tell you, if there was ever a bottleneck to scaling this type of service, it would be this component. And if you remember earlier in this call here, I conveyed that the majority of even these big companies are doing SMS wrong and it's underutilized. It's because of this very component right here. It's the training. Because here's what typically happens. They'll get word from corporate that it's good to start a text club, and then they may get some table tents in here, and nobody talks about it. It just sits there. It gets no promotion. Nobody's mentioning it. The staff isn't trained. They're not, just like you're trained to say, do you want dessert with that? Or do you have any room for dessert? Or to increase the transaction value, to make sure that ticket prices is higher, to upsell them on drinks. They're not doing this. And what tends to happen is they don't even mention it. So if the people that are taking your order, or the management or the employees of the business, don't take enough pride and put enough importance to talk about the text club, then a consumer is not automatically going to take that importance as well, because their staff didn't even take interest in it. So that's whenever you see text clubs fail, meaning they should have X amount of 100 or 1,000 people on a list and it never gets close to that, this is the component here. So the training is important. I actually have a detailed standard operating procedure and a checklist that goes over all of this in some of our mobile trainings. And a lot of you on this call most likely have some of my SMS trainings. But I have a standard operating procedure document that I make the staff sign. I make the staff sign, and we make the manager sign, make the owner sign, because ultimately you want long-term recurring income. So this is if I were to say this would be the bottleneck here. But if you're doing this locally, I had a trainer that she was in and out within 10 minutes. Just basically whenever we started a client, you would meet before the shift started or after, basically go over, here's how the club works, here's what you need to do, you're good to go. Boom. I just took it upon ourselves to do that, all right? And then the other thing that's a deal killer is not having a compelling offer. Right? Are you starting to see some of the similarities here with the birthday marketing? If you don't have a good offer, it's not going to perform well. If you don't have a good offer with SMS, nobody's opting into the VIP club. You want to have a good offer, okay? If you're giving 5%, off of an order of $150, join our club, nobody's opting into that thing. You want to give things that are very immediate, a free drink, a free dessert, something that they can consume right now and see the immediate benefit of it. All right? So other practices, you want to fully convey that the club started right is important. The owner must be behind it 100%. The way that you start the club sets the tone of the entire SMS club, and let the owner know that he or she has to push hard for approximately 2 months for the database to be built. That's the time frame that I use, because here's the reality, okay? What you're trying to do within the first 30 to 60 days is push the crap out of this text club. You want that staff to be promoting that thing to any and everybody that comes in. And usually over a period of 2 months, that business would have seen all of their typical customers, their regular customers, over a period of 2 months. So once you do that work, the hardest part of the work is like actively promoting it, like almost like a product launch or something, you know. The hardest part's over. So now you're at a position where you're just ready to just market. So I usually don't like to send text to at least 30 to 60 days. So I tell them the first 30 to 60 days is a building process. We're not going to send out any messages, but here's your goal. Your goal is to get 50% of your unique transactions, your unique customers onto a list, and we got to promote the crap out of it. All right? It's important you provide training. So how to subscribe, you know, how to talk about the program. And I like to aim, I know this is ambitious. I've actually had, it's funny, man. I've had a few interesting conversations over the past years, but I actually had like a heated conversation with a higher up of the Wingstop corporate franchise over this number. And she thought it was absolutely insane to even want to get to that amount. And I think she thought like 10% would probably be best. And I was like, do you do text marketing? She's like, no. I said, well, I do every single day. And this number is attainable, because when you think about it, if the goal is, and I set this a little bit higher, like it usually levels in around 60 to 70%. But if you have a business that has regular customers that come here on a routine basis, why would they not join a VIP club that would enable them to get offers and discounts, especially if it's promoted the right way? So when you do the right training and they talk about it the right way, 75% of those transactions are very easily to accomplish within 60 days. To get that amount of people onto a list is what I mean, okay? So within 2 weeks, you should start seeing good traction happening. Like you see people joining the list. So if SMS subscribers are slow and you're not really seeing much happening, more people coming in after, you know, a couple of weeks, you need to get in there ASAP, because the program is destined to fail. And it means that they're not promoting the program out the gate, and you need to kind of have a heart-to-heart, you know, or get a little bit firm with that business to say, listen, you're not doing what we said we're going to do. We got 30 to 60 days to push this. That's nothing. I need you to get into the driver's seat and make sure your staff is doing this. Because I'm telling you, it will fail if it doesn't happen. So the offers you provide should be immediate and generous, and immediate and generous, and they can consume it like right now. So here's some best practices of sending a text. What we typically do is I'll put the name of the business in all caps. Sometimes I'll put brackets around it, but if you're trying to save on characters, because you only get 160 characters here, you would want to remove those. So I just put it in all caps. And then the next thing is you want to put the offer first, right? So just be very quick with it. You know, don't put a whole bunch of long sentences. Just get straight to the point. 2 hot dogs, 2 toppings, chips and drink, $4.50! Exclamation point. And then you want to have a call to action. Show text to claim offer. You know, 11/6 only, right? And then you put the address in there. This is for one of our deal services, where we would put the address because we would promote different businesses. But with a existing list, they already know what your address is, so you don't have to put the address there. But follow that practice, you'll be good to go. All right. So some of you all have seen this before, but play along with me here. There's 3 offers here. One of them is free wings for a year. Okay. Text in for a chance to win. The second is sugar and spice. Text the spice to this number to receive discounts and special offers today. And then offer 3 is free cannoli or iced tea. What offer 1, 2, or 3 do you think pulled the best? What got the most subscribers fastest? What do you think? What do you think here? What do you think? All right, let me see him. I have some threes, ones, a lot of ones, twos. Okay. Put it in here. What do you think? What do you think here? Three, three, three. All right. Awesome. Okay. It's coming in. A lot of twos coming in. A lot of, actually, there's more ones than anything that I see. Okay, the threes are coming in. All right. Okay. I won't keep dragging this out. The offer that performed the best is number three. And the reason why is because it was something that they could immediately get right now. If they text in, they can get a free cannoli or they can get a drink with their meal that they would normally pay for. So number two performed the worst because it says text in to get special offers and discounts. Like, there's no offer. It's basically the equivalent of, hey, join our newsletter today. Why? There's no point in joining your newsletter. Give me a reason to join your newsletter, right? So, and then number one performed second best, free wings for a year, because it was enticing, but because there was no instant gratification is the reason why I didn't perform as fast, okay? This is kind of a little bit of training there. Them says it's a clear benefit, indeed, indeed, indeed. Guys and ladies, I've been doing this for a while, so like this is stuff that has been battle tested. These are all clients, by the way, as well, and this wasn't something that was just made up. I mean, this was tested with numbers and all that kind of stuff, you know. Let's see here. Have you used the text feature to landlines? Text to land? No, I haven't done that yet, Kim. Haven't done that yet. Do you have training for staff? Yeah, I have that in my my mobile biz success courses and training. All that is there. And don't use too glossy a table tent. Your phone won't be able to scan the QR code. Shiny material. That's a great point, Marshall. That is a great point. Did you create online training so employees are forced to go through a generic training? I have, but I've never used it, Brian, because they won't. I mean, that's just reality. The easiest thing, if you're doing this local, is to just, have somebody quickly go and meet with them, or you can do it yourself or convey it to the actual owner. I actually was building out like a pretty extensive training database, training portal for that, and I just never really did a whole lot with it. But I don't know why I would sometimes do things like that. Things that work and start going down a direction and then just pivot and go in a different direction. But I know there was a reason for it. But no, I've never actually done that. Let's see. How do we access these templates? What templates? These are actually actual table tents I just had done. So these aren't necessarily templates. These are not actual templates. There's some in the Thursday Think Tank, if you're a Thursday Think Tank member. And then I have some mobile courses as well that if you're interested in, you can definitely reach out to me. I can hook you up from that standpoint. So best offers here, almost done, you guys. I know we were moving here. We've been on here for a good minute. So some of the best offers I've seen are the get more. So like for instance, one free hamburger when you purchase two, which basically could be, buy one smoked chicken sandwich, get one free, or free dessert inside of the purchase of any plate. Buy two plates, get two free desserts. So buy one, get one, or buy one, get one with the purchase of two drinks. Buy one, get one with the purchase of something else usually works very well. Exclusive deals work very well also. Tuesday only, free dessert when you say the secret word of the day, right? That's kind of fun to do every now and again. Or something like, free side of fries to any sandwich when you say the word food, or today only biscuit and ribs, 1/2 off. I'll tell you the best deals that we do a lot of is either an all-inclusive deal to say you get this, that, plus that for one set price. So you get fries, a drink, and a burger, $5. All right, all-inclusive offers work very well. And then a buy one, get one works very well. But some businesses like to do a buy one, get one with the purchase of 2 beverages, just to kind of take some of the sting off of getting all that away. But all very effective right there as well. And then what I just touched on here, they're all inclusive. Get this, that, and more for X amount of dollars, okay? So strategic ways to use SMS marketing, because I know I haven't really given you a whole lot of examples yet. You can do SMS for display advertising if that's what you sell. I know there's some members that we have that actively sell display advertising. So this is also a good prospecting maneuver as well. I mean, if you go on like some of the news sites or like the local news sites, there's restaurants or even different businesses that advertise as well that that don't have an SMS component on their stuff, and these are also good candidates for the coupon formula to provide a better offer dissemination platform. So businesses that do display advertising. Nightclub marketing. We did this for a nightclub before it shut down, which was a pretty good club too, but I guess they had a lot of complaints within the city. The club shut down. I was like, dang, missing that. I'm sad that revenue went away. It was fun while it lasted though. But get a discount admission while waiting in line. You know, text this number to this to get special offers. So to kind of get VIP admission and pricing now, that's another way you can use it. Call to subscribe works very well. Again, it's text provider dependent. So this is used. I use this and more. And I guess I say this, you know, with the most sincerity. I guess with older crowds that don't really text. And that was like the case a few years ago, not more so now because everybody texts. Like your grandma texts now, right? But with places that are like less tech savvy, you know, call today, you know, call in to get your special, you know, VIP offer. So call to subscribe is still very effective. And then you can do like lead notifier and coupon delivery system. So this could be an add to a number to a call prompt, right? So you can call in. When you call in, it actually will add you to a list. And I actually did this with a gym. So you would have like free 7-day trial, call for more information as an example, text or call this number to get an instant free gym pass. So when they call that number, they're going to be added to your list, and then the reply text is going to be a coupon, right? And that works very, 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 very well also. So depending on the type of business you're trying to use and go after, you know, you can use text in a variety of ways. This was for a flyer that a personal training client passed out. They would put out like thousands of these things, and their approach strategy was to pass out flyers at basketball and football games. So you got 1,000+ flyers out there, and you have text this number to get a mobile coupon for a free VIP training session. I mean, just a unique way of building a database to get immediate business and to communicate with ongoing. So that's another way they can use that there. This was a college app that we used here that we had built, and this was a mobile app and SMS. So what we did is we had an ad to an opt-in, and then the opt-in via SMS, so like text Carrier to this number, right? The reply text had the app link to download. So to kind of put this in perspective, it was text this keyword to get our special app. The reply text that came back after they texted the keyword was go here if you're on Android or iOS to download the app. The reason we did it this way, to answer one of the questions someone had earlier, was why not just use notifications? Not everybody turns their notifications on. I turn all of my notifications off. I don't like being bothered. When I'm working, I don't like having any distraction whatsoever. When I'm working, I turn my phone almost off. It's in like do not disturb. I don't like any notifications. So notifications sounds great in theory, but the reality is you're not going to be able to reach, you know, as many people as you would like to. So what we do with an app is we have them opt in first so we can simultaneously send out notifications and SMS. So you're going to meet them and reach them in some capacity, some way. So that's the reasoning why we did it that way. And then there's a splinter method, which says you have the ability to build a list from within a list. So an example is we built a bar list, you know, for the drinks and stuff from a main restaurant list. So once we built the main restaurant list, we said text bar if you like to receive special awesome bar specials, special awesome bar specials. So we took like 1,500 people, then like 800 of those opted in to receive bar specials from within an existing list. And again, it's your text provider. If your text provider can allow those things and afford the ability to do that, then you're good to go. So that's another way too. I mean, some businesses have a restaurant and they have a, you know, kind of a drinking area, I call it, right? Direct mail. This is a 9x12 that we did, and thanks to Bob Ross and learning this method, actually sent out like 3 successful mailers, and just a couple years ago. But direct mail, if you notice in the very middle, it says instantly receive these VIP specials right on your phone. Instead of clipping coupons, text the special keyword to this number, and then it would just lead them to a mobile coupon that had the same offers, mobile coupon offers, on the phone here. So another neat way to build a list, control the asset from SMS. So SMS really, you all, should be an integral component of your business, all right? It really should be, and I think you can see why we get so excited about the service here. So I had some people that did ask, you know, about an SMS platform. Does anyone here need an SMS platform? Is anyone looking for a good SMS provider here? And I'll answer some questions too. All right, some yeses coming in. Work for pizza joints? Absolutely. Pizza is probably an awesome place for it to work with. Jeff says this is key. SMS helps distribute apps very well. Some prospects say they use an app instead, but SMS is perfect to distribute the app. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let's see here. What happened between 2014 and 2016 marketing SMS? Was there a dip in its popularity and now it's popular again? Are you speaking, I guess, as to why I promoted very heavily that time, or like from the standpoint of just overall as to maybe how you haven't heard about it much? Because this is very, very popular. Personally, on this end, I wanted to do more automated type of marketing and less hands-on, and around that time is when I started discovering birthday marketing, around like 2013-ish, mid-2013, and I wanted to focus, so I just started focusing more on that. I still have like SMS clients for the last 3.5 years that we do offers for on almost some of them weekly, not weekly, on a twice a month basis. So, and it's actually starting a new client this week also. That's kind of where I was inspired to do this call. So we haven't talked about this in a while. I'm starting a client, but no, phenomenal service. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal service. You know, I just kind of want to go in a different direction and provide just one service so I could focus more. But no, this is still something I do provide. I just don't lead in as like the main lead in that I sell, but I still provide the service. Yeah. How did they receive so many offers on their phone? I built a mobile coupon. Like, this was all before this neat birthday software was built. We got a other piece of software called Geo Coupon Commander, and you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. But a lot of the awesome components from Geo Coupon Commander is inside of the birthday platform. So yeah, cool stuff, cool stuff. Okay, yep, need a active platform. Yep, seeking SMS. Awesome, guys. Well, if you need a platform, I want you to go here. And there's a discount that we are hooking you up with because we happen to know the owner of the platform now, because that was our former partner of the platform, and we formerly owned the platform. So we have a little clout, I guess we could say, on that end. But if you go to bellmediagroup.co /SMS, and let's go there now, it will, you'll see it. The page looks a little interesting, but it's probably the most solid platform that I've ever used. And it actually is, in fact. I've used Wrecking Ball since 2011. Even before Dave and I linked up and all that kind of fun stuff. It's riddled with features. Don't let the sales page scare you at all. It looks a little dated, with the images and stuff. But no, this is a solid platform. It's white label. You can do anything you want with it. But watch the overview here. And I would, if you need a platform, you won't find a better platform than Wrecking Ball. And I definitely recommend it. That's what I use, and I've used it successfully with franchises down to the local businesses, and it works well. It works pretty freaking awesome. So I do recommend that. And the code here is this. So I'll just put all this in the group somehow right now. So that is, let me put in the chat, that is that, and then the coupon code is here, so that's that. Any questions, anything on the brain, any questions about SMS? I wanted to really give a brain dump of this service and really go over it in detail, but you all have just received a course. Like, I just went over a whole course in SMS, and if you follow this, you'll get clients. You'll definitely get clients. But this is the process that I use. The reality is, you could literally go into a business and use a mock-up to say, check this out, and you could get a client. I just don't like selling that way. Right? I don't, but leading with the mock-up for them to demonstrate is good enough as well. Okay. How about compliance with privacy laws and anti-spam? Yeah, if you look up TCPA for the compliance, what happens now is, and Wrecking Ball is compliant as well, is when someone signs up for a text club, you used to be able to just send them a message. But now, in compliance, to be in compliance, as soon as they opt in, you'll get a message that says, are you opting in to receive messages from X business, to receive 2 to 4 messages per month, whatever that your core message is, and that's how you get around that. So yeah, it's all compliant, definitely compliant. Let me see here. Link isn't connecting. It should be bellmediagroup.co /SMS. Let me see. I probably need to use lowercase. That's probably why. I'll put it back in the group here. Try that one. That should work. It should work. Yeah, use a lowercase. And it's not com, it's .co, and that will get you there. Yeah, I've been using this platform forever, you all, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I'm sorry, I was trying to use. Okay, gotcha. What's the details? Details of what? This special offer? Well, that's what it is. If you need a text platform, that's something you can definitely use. You guys talked about a short code a couple years ago. Can you explain what that is? Yeah. Twilio, you can use with Wrecking Ball, one of the few platforms that can do this. A lot of them are starting to do this now. But with Wrecking Ball, you can use a short code and a long code. they prefer, from a marketing standpoint, that a short code is preferred. It's easier also on the user to text in, but supposedly you have stronger deliverability rates because that's what a short code is used for marketing with text. I only found that to be true with high text volume. Between 2012 and mid 2014ish, right before 2015, I was sending over 30,000 texts a month, and I was doing this all from a long code. So, matter of fact, that number is probably like closer to 50,000 texts a month. I was sending this crazy amount of text, and and it was like at one time, like over a period of a few weeks, a period of every month. And I found that it started slowing it down using the long code in that high volume. I have not ever proved that to be true with an average business that has maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people on a list. If you do have any type of a delay in send, just send your text, 10 minutes earlier. If you want to guarantee the text sends out at 11 o'clock, just send it at 10:50. So it's really not an issue, okay? And I've sent a lot of text over the years, so I'm just speaking from experience. Let me see here. James says, I think you need the HTTP. That's what it is. Yeah, HTTP Bell Media Group. You see I'm a techie here, don't you? Does the link not pull up? Guys, I am messing up here. What is going on? It pulled up on this end. Let me see here. That one should have pulled up. Did that not pull up? Yeah, it pulled up. Huh. All right. Let's see here. What other questions we got? Put in the coupon code, and that will take it down, my friend. What about text deliver? Yeah, that's a separate service. Ed, who is the owner of Wrecking Ball now, him and his partner, they are very heavy in the automotive space, and it's a very, very good service too. And you can learn more about that too. I believe they promote that inside the Wrecking Ball platform. But if you're in the automotive space, I guess that's a solid service. I'm not in that space though. And all the instructions, everything will be on the page there. So just take a look at it. Alfred says, do we have to install on our own server? If yes, can we get help installing it? Yeah, if you reach out to support, you definitely can get help, Alfred. Yes, you can. All that should be explained, Dexter. Who is knocking on my door? Guys, give me 1 second, please. Sorry about that. Hey, don't you want to call right now? I appreciate it, sir. Hey guys, I apologize about that. I usually have signs on my office here, and it was somebody was knocking on it like it was an emergency. But anyhow, good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Your original directions worked fine. Yeah, Simon says, I remember I was in the testing group. One of the beautiful features was able to throttle your sends using long code. Yeah, dude, I've probably only used maybe 50% of the features that Wrecking Ball has. And the thing is, like, you'll have times where you may want to do a contest for a client, and you can do that. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go in here. Automatic sales.com. Automatic sell system.com. Alright, I always forget that dang domain. Yeah, it has a ton of features. I mean, I know Ed's made some enhancements to it just over the last year that I'm not even familiar with. Like, it's a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff here. You just go into a client here. So it's a neat platform. I mean, you can sell during this platform. You can have clients purchase through here. They can have their own login. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. But that video goes over that overview video goes over a lot about that as well. Can you talk more about the short code upsell after the purchase? Yeah. The short code, you would want a short code. You don't have to have one, but you would want one. And again, a short code just allows you to, I mean, you're supposed to use a short code. That's what is recommended. But I still use a long code for a lot of my stuff. But there's different packages that they have. And he goes over more of that as well. So, yeah, there is a monthly fee. I mean, it's software, you all, and it's software that's well supported. So there definitely is a monthly fee, which I am extremely happy about because it means that the thing is well supported because it costs for upkeeps and all that kind of stuff. Will the replay of the LinkedIn call be placed inside the TTT members area? I can't make it. No, I'll send that out. And dang, I didn't even send an email out for that call today. Gosh, I am slacking. Dang it. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Good grief, man. But no, we'll send that out in a replay. It'll be tomorrow. If you already paid for Wrecking Ball, Rick, no need to sign up for this because you have everything you need, my friend. The only thing that you may would want to sign up for is the root text for the short code. Okay. Yeah, Twilio. It integrates with Twilio for the long code, Gregory. Yeah. I'm sorry that I turned away. What WSMS? Yeah, the overview video on the actual page when you go onto WBSMS. Yeah, just go to the link you all. I put the link in here. Should be right here. Put HTTP in. It should be a lowercase SMS, and it'll pull up everything there. But anyhow, let me get here. It has a ton of features. Go to this deal service here. Let me go here and log in. Well, there's so much stuff you can do. Like if you notice, like I still have my old branding on this page. Like it's pretty rough, but I don't need it because it all works. But there's a scheduler. There is you can do IVR and voicemail. So some very neat stuff here to do like automated calls and good stuff here. Appointments as well you can do. There's a coupon builder in here as well, which is really, really cool. There's a lot of training in here, but there's different type of campaigns as well. Let me go here. Go here. Yeah, you can do contests. You can do polling options. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do with this platform here. And so, contest, trivia, a viral concept here as well. There's loyalty. There's a prospector, scheduler, like pick a number. It's a web form. I've actually never ever used this web form before. Yes, you can collect emails and stuff too via text. But yeah, neat platform, guys. Neat platform. So, can this work? I think it will work anywhere where Twilio will work at. I'm not sure about the short code though. So I would check on Twilio to see if it would work in New Zealand. But if you want to check also just for where the short code is at, you can reach out to support at wreckingballmobile.com. That's support at wreckingballmobile.com. And they'll be able to answer that. I'm not sure about where you're at. I apologize. Cannot do that. Well, I think what you're paying is lower than what's on that screen, Rick. That's why I say I would stick with where you're at. But if that's not the case, then yeah, we can definitely see what we can do. When will the slides be available with the replay? I normally don't put my slides here because I usually have some stuff that would not want public, but I don't see why not. I'll go through here and see, but yeah, that should be fine. I normally don't do that though. Have to go to manage. Have to go to the manage tab. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Is there a monthly fee for Wrecking Ball? Yeah. There's definitely a monthly fee for Wrecking Ball. Guys, if you go to the page, it'll show you everything there. I didn't want this call to be monopolized to talk about a sell, so to speak, but it's more so for training. But I just wanted to provide a means if you wanted to get a text platform. This is what we use. So yeah, when you go here and you click here, it's $67 a month ongoing and $97. But when you enter the coupon code that we provided you here, it takes off of the total today's payment and then the ongoing fee. So that's how that works, okay? And that's something we did to help out some folks here, and that should be good to go. But alrighty. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Awesome. Yeah, reach out to me if you guys have any questions. My email is jason@bellmediagroup.co. And if you so happen to be crazy interested in SMS and you would like some more detailed training, just reach out to me and let me know. I have quite a bit of courses. I actually have a few courses on SMS, but one of them is like leaps and bounds above the others, and I can definitely look out for you from that standpoint. It's not something I actively sell. It's only because it's not like my core focus. But the strategies that are in there are solid, and if you found value in this today, you're going to find value in all of my training. So yeah, we'll get a replay out. I'll send this out into the replay. We do have a webinar tonight. It is a sales training. We're going to be selling software on there. It's not ours. We're going to be talking about LinkedIn though, so it's more serious. It's like I consider this stuff fun. Like I consider stuff we're going to talk about tonight like not fun, like just to keep it real, This LinkedIn, this appointments is right, but it's effective, So we'll be doing a training on that tonight, and otherwise I'll put the replay out tomorrow, and I will see you good folks in internet land and reach out to me and let me know if I can help you in any way. All right, thank you so much. Alfred said, what about the people that bought, we still have to pay for monthly if we don't use the short code? If you already have Wrecking Ball, then your pricing should be what it is, but if you don't have it, this is the only way that they sell it now, which is a monthly fee. So yeah, so there's no other way if you don't have it. This is the only place you can get it from. And again, we don't have control over Wrecking Ball anymore, guys. So, but we all talk and communicate. Anyhow, y'all have a fantastic day, okay? Take care.